Hello Wanderers, welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 roleplay series following Hypatios of Krete. And as we will remember from the last episode, we are jumping in to the middle of not only a rebellion within our own lands, but rebellion within the Empire as well. One of those is a little bit more important to us than the other, but both will factor in, no doubt, into what will come in the near future. Before we jump into the current situation, though, I just want to leave a little note that unfortunately I forgot to make a manual save at the end of the last episode, and I saved over my auto save from exiting the game, so I had to revert a few months back, and unfortunately that means that the Norse raiders from Gardariki, they did come down to the Empire, but instead of raiding us, they ended up going to Rhodes here. And so that whole event didn't take place. Everything else is basically the same. We just finished sieging down the Islids lands here, and then we went straight to Crete. So in some cases, that would have been I think that would have been an interesting event, and I had a pretty interesting role-playing explanation for how or why the Gardarikians would have come and raided here. It was a weird one because our wife is actually friends with the king of Gardariki. So the fact that he came and raided here might not have made a whole lot of sense. But like I said, I had thought of a pretty good explanation, but unfortunately not necessary now because the Gardarikians in this timeline never came and raided us. So I just wanted to let you guys know what happened with that. Just an unfortunate mistake on my part. But in any case, we have brought our army back home to Crete, and you can see that Heraklion is about to be sieged down, or the siege is almost complete here. And so we have to move in with like a much smaller army. Our allies are currently kind of far away, so we need to move in with this smaller army and try to beat them. We'll have the defending advantage, the army commander advantage, and the higher quality troops, but they've got more than twice as many troops as us. I've put our new Marshal Count Komitas in charge because although his flexible leader trait doesn't necessarily help too much because we're going to be the defenders in this one, he is an extremely skilled commander. And I think because we are a humble character, we're not so, arrogant to believe that we are the best commander in the world. We recognize that Count Komitas is a formidable commander. We're a skilled person here. We're a little bit more spread out. We learn diplomacy, we learn war, with scholarship, all these different things. But Count Komitas, he is a warrior and a general through and through. So in order to secure our lands, we have put him in charge of the army, and he will be moving in here to Heraklion, or Iraklio here, in order to lift the siege before the enemy can conquer our lands here. So he's going up against the enemy commander, Sheikh Yatui the Craven. Oh, that's a bad name for a commander. A Craven commander here. Well, I mean, obviously Count Komitas will have the advantage, so let's see how this battle plays out. So it gives us the disadvantage here because of the troops, but very quickly here, Komitas is essentially evening the playing field. Like, we've got way less troops, but our troops are, for every one of theirs, we're killing 3. So here we go. And look, the tides have turned significantly here, and we've in fact defeated the enemy army. Despite being outnumbered 2-1, the forces of Crete are unstoppable in war. Let's take a look at the details of that battle here. Yeah, look at this. We've only got about 1,400 versus their 2,800. So yeah, they doubled us and a little bit extra. So pretty good. And we only lost 272 men to their 883. So yeah, that was like every one of our guys was killing 3 of theirs. So pretty impressive showing, I think. Let's take a look at the events. So Tomislav killed Amri Islid. Ooh. He killed the brother of the Duke. Excellent, excellent. Good to see. Tomislav killed Prince Khalil. Who is Prince Khalil? Prince Khalil is the brother. Oh no, he maimed him. He cut off the arm of Prince Khalil. Oh, look at this. Huh. So Sultan Ablarian here has the trait the Merciful, but his brother Prince Khalil has the trait the Compassionate. They're just a nice family, these guys, trying to defend their lands. But, you know, we Greeks just come in and just conquer it and just take it away from them and just do terrible, terrible things to them. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but let's see. Tryphon was wounded, as was Kyros, but we captured Solomon and Romanos, just two not important people here, so there we go. We're gonna chase the enemy army down. I don't think, yeah, they're not heading onto their ships, so they're gonna retreat here onto the island, which means we'll probably be able to catch them, and then we can, yeah, they're gonna go here to Hania. There we go. And we'll probably be able to finish both armies off, and that'll presumably be the end of the war here. So, oh, and our allies finally managed to get here to Crete to join us. There we go. And we're gonna go and finish off the Aglabid army here once more, just to weaken the Aglabids a little bit extra. Anything interesting happen here? Nope, nothing in particular. We just finished off their army, so let's let this one play out. And here we have the, what I presume is gonna be the final battle of this war. Yeah, here we go. So we've already got the war score we needed, but we're gonna finish off the Aglabid army here, just to thoroughly trounce them and ensure that they do not ever try anything like this again, though I'm sure they will. And so there we go. It is done. Before we enact this, I'm wondering if we want to ransom any prisoners. Let me calculate our war score here. We've got about 90 plus 11 here, so we can ransom some people because we have the war score we need anyways. So let's see who we have to ransom. Princess Fatima, you're gonna stay with us for now. But let's see. Yeah, we've got some Islids we can ransom out here. So we're gonna get some ransoms for them. There we go. So the ransoms are all done. We made a nice chunk of money, about 75, and we can now enforce our demands. Let us do so. There we go. So we have enforced our demands upon our enemies. And as you can see, Count Theodoros of Attica and the Duke of the Islids here are both in our prison. What does that mean? That means that we can do some revocation of titles here. So we're definitely going to revoke the Islid Duchy. That one we're going to do for sure. So there we go. We've revoked that. And oh, looks like we've taken all the lands there as well. So that is good to see. Excellent. And we are also going to revoke the titles of Count Theodoros of Skleros. Finally getting our full revenge on House Skleros, the dastardly House Skleros. We're going to take Attica here at the very least. So there we go. We've taken that. Can we take more from him without incurring? No, this would be an act of tyranny. So we are going to, I mean, we're going to leave him in prison, I think. He is a murderer. He's possessed. This is a horrible guy, and he's just, and we're not going to put him in house arrest. He's going straight to the dungeon. So we are going to move him to the dungeon. There we go. And you know what? Or should we blind him? No, I think we'll keep him in the dungeon for now. The unfortunate thing about this is that we will lose these two counties to the Duke of, I believe it's Thessalonica, or no, the Duke of Thessaly here. We will lose these two counties, which is unfortunate, but I don't think it's yeah, I don't think it's worth like freeing this guy. We can't take the tyranny hit here or anything like that. I don't think we have a lot of choices, and I don't really care to let him free. It makes more sense that we would just keep him in prison. So that's what we're gonna do. We have Athens. That's the only important one of these counties anyways. The extra land is not that big of a deal, honestly. So there we go. We have successfully won that little war. Now we have to think about how we're gonna distribute these titles. We wanna keep Athens for ourselves, so we need to hold on to Athens. We're gonna keep Crete, obviously, so that's 3 out of our 5. And then presumably we're gonna keep Carthage and Cartagena. So, or Cartagena? Yeah, Cartagena, there we go. I always mispronounce that one. So we have to give away, looks like Madia, Al-Irabus, and Baha Majorda. So, yeah, just the most English way to pronounce those. Anyways, let's figure out who we're gonna give these titles out to. So yeah, it's all just the lands around here that we need to give away. So let's figure out some good guys. Nifon, he has, you know what? He was a peasant leader and he did fight against us, but he, you know, he has been serving us well since then. So maybe we can, you know, find you a wife and make you a count. You know, he proved himself as a good warrior, and we do need the knights. And you know, honestly, he was just fighting much like our father did all those years ago. So let's find him a wife. You know, let's find somebody from our court. Find a spouse. Oh, that's not right. Arrange a marriage here between him and, obviously we're not gonna have him marry one of our children, but maybe Alexandros. She's quite old though. She's, you know what? I'm fine. The title might actually revert to us in that case, which I'm actually okay with. So yeah, there we go. You and Alexandra can get married. Maybe she'll have one more kid, but she's probably too old for that. So. You know, and we got to dress you like a count. This is not going to do, so give me a moment. There we go. I think that looks a bit more like a count and a warrior count at the very least. So let us give him I think we'll probably only give him one of these titles. So maybe we'll give him Medea. I think that'll be a good one for him. So there we go. Let's give him a Madia. There we go. He's a count now. Good for you. You might have rebelled against us, but you know, you proved your worth and you're a big, strong guy. So hopefully you'll serve us well. We do have this temple. It's a temple holding. So we want to give this away to. So I think I'm actually going to make this Viviana character here the temple holder. She's not like particularly skilled at it, but I don't think it really matters too much. She's just gonna start this like Hellenic convent here, and then we'll see how it continues on after that point. So there we go. She is now a Vestal, and that I think is perfectly fine there. As for Majorda, what I would like to do is I want to give this title to Mayor Alejandro's son here, Jacu Alejandrez Mendoza. And that is I think pretty fitting. Mayor Alejandro has been ruling or administering the lands around Carthage for quite some time. So I think that his son would be a fitting person to kind of grow up and raise as the holder of this title. So I think that's what we are going to do. And there we go. So we're going to grant him the title here. We're going to grant him the county of Medjurda. And yeah, he'll learn from his flamen here. And yeah, his father rules, I think, Zagwan. So it's all kind of kept around this area. I think that should be perfectly fine. So the Mendoza line will continue here as the counts. in that territory. And potentially, maybe we'll give them the duchy one day too, once we no longer need to hold Carthage personally. So there we go. We've got our domain limit down to something that is a little bit more manageable, which is pretty nice. And we still hold Athens. We hold Carthage, which means that we hold 2 of the necessary holy sites in order to reform the Hellenic faith. And we only need 2 more perks before we can get the profit one, which will reduce the reformation cost. We're only 40 years of age. We're definitely going to get 2 more perks at the very least. And so the only thing is will we survive the amount of stress that we're taking? Well, we're going to need to do something about that. And probably the best option, unless there is a grand tournament we can join. No, not really. We're going to probably, oh, well, I mean, we want to do a pilgrimage too, so we can get that piety as well. I think the stress is more important, because if we die from stress, the piety is not going to be of much help for us anyways. So we're going to do a feast. That's going to help us reduce some stress. Let's do the feast in, let's do it in Hanya, because that seems fine. Let's go and visit our other holdings. We're going to do recreation honored guest. Who will be our honored guest? Let's take a look at the list of people who might join us here. Anybody of particular interest? Doesn't look like it. So, do we want to make any Aegean Islands? No. You know, I think we're gonna Count Anatolios as our friend. I think we're gonna make our friend Count Anatolios our honored guest. You know, why not honor your good friend with that? So it's gonna cost us 204. So we could probably, you know what? I'm fine with that. We're gonna make the money back in just a moment, anyways. And I'm not too worried about the travel danger here, so I'm not gonna worry about that. We're just gonna start the feast, and we should hopefully be fine. So there we go. Can't wait. This is hopefully gonna reduce us enough stress that we are not gonna be in danger of dying from a single event. So one can only hope. 40 guests are arriving. We've got a lovely time ahead of us. Indeed, we certainly do. And here we go. Count Anatolios has come to join us. Obviously, we're doing recreation to get the stress relieving opportunities there. And here, look at this. The Basileus is being attacked by the Northman army. What? We gotta look at this in a sec, but first we're gonna look at our niece here, Nicorete. My ward, Despotissa Nicorete, has come of age, and it's time she left my care. Even as a child, she has always had a way with words. It is therefore unsurprising that she has taken well to the study of diplomatic relations. A true silver tongue, she could sway the opinions of counts and kings alike. When she speaks, the court listens in raptured silence. There we go. So she has become a gray eminence. Look at her traits here. Just, ambitious, lustful, gray eminence. She's a good, this is a well-rounded character, really. She's got a friendship here with Konstantinos Cardias, and she is currently still betrothed to our young son, Prince Odysseus. So hopefully she won't have a bunch of children out of wedlock. If she does, then that might be a little bit of a problem when it comes to this betrothal, but we'll give it the chance for now. And yeah, I wanted to look at the Northman army. The Northman army's coming for Crimea. Interesting. How many? And he's got 9,000 troops. Sorry, Emperor, but I'm pretty sure Crimea is gonna be Norse now. Damn. This Emperor, and he's 630. Look at this, and his prestige is so low. This Emperor is incredibly weak. Incredibly weak Emperor that we have right now. And I'm not entirely sure how we are going to to deal with this situation, I mean, you know, do we at some point start a faction here? This faction's already trying to install Basileos II here. And then Duchess Maria is trying to install herself. Yeah, I mean, and then just like some independence factions, liberty factions, just everything is going. Yeah, I haven't decided yet. I think we've got a little bit of time to deal with this entire situation, but the Emperor being this week is definitely providing some opportunities. I'd love it if we could like claim his title. That would be interesting. I'm not interested in assisting this Emperor. I think he's a lame duck Emperor. I'm pretty sure that he's just going to lose, be ousted, whatever. I don't want to associate myself with such a weak Emperor because, yeah, I don't think that would be advantageous to our position. Obviously, we would be able to perhaps like gain power by doing that, you know, maybe like become his regent and like all that kind of stuff. But I don't know if we want to... I don't know if we want to do that just yet. I think we want to wait and see how things play out a little bit. It is an option. You know, come in, save the Empire, and then keep this weak Emperor on our side. I suppose that is an option. But we'll have to see, and I'm curious what your guys' thoughts on that is going to be. My spies have informed me about a hunter causing a ruckus at a local tavern. Apparently he's drawing a map of the local hills for an unknown gentleman. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. That idiot belongs in my dungeon. Indeed. Let's put this idiot in our dungeon here. Yeah. There we go. Oh yes, and what I wanted to do here while this feast is going on. Princess Fatima. Princess Fatima has been under house arrest for quite some time. And I'm wondering what we want to do with that. Okay, so I originally was not going to make her a concubine or anything like that. I before the last episode, I actually had wanted to make peace with the Aghlabids. But you'll remember that we ended up getting the rivalry with him. And that changes things. So now that situation has kind of changed a little bit, I am reconsidering this situation here. So what I think I might actually do, we're going to negotiate a release. We're going to demand the conversion, and we are going to recruit her. We're not going to try the... we're close to getting this hook here. She actually likes us. She's got 50 here. So, you know, we're going to do that. So we're going to recruit her. We're going to demand her conversion to bring her into our court. And there we go. So she's now a member of our court. And now we can take her as our concubine. And the reason that we're doing this is because if she brings us a son, we'll be able to potentially press that son's claims on the Aghlabid kingdom here, which is huge. I mean, look at this. If we can get the Aghlabid Sultanate title, we can take all of this and we don't have to worry about taking it one piece at a time. So, I mean, we'll still have to take it in chunks, but it would still be advantageous. So, you know, that's kind of the hope there. And honestly, I mean, she quite likes us. She doesn't hate us at all, really. So yeah, all right, there we go. So that's not so bad. I don't feel quite so bad about that now, because she seems willing to do so. And you know, during that period of house arrest, we obviously would have, you know, allowed her to, you know, go around the palace, and you know, she wasn't just locked in a room all day. So, you know, she probably appreciates the glory and the majesty of the Cretan court here. So there we go. I think that is an acceptable outcome there. Let's see how our feast is going. Have activity logs. Nothing too interesting yet, so Let us hope that we get some good stress relieving events here, because yeah, this stress level is probably the biggest threat to us out of anything right now. So can't believe the Emperor's fighting 3 wars all at the same time. He is in for a very, very rough time. Banquet begins in a few more days, so there we go. The guests are gathered in the great hall. The mood is bright and spirits are high as the feast begins, and our wife seems to be enjoying her drinks quite a bit there. Well, good for her. Is there anything more jovial than a good feast? Guests throng to and fro, eating and chatting while flickering torchlight plays off every wall, light bouncing like laughter around the hall. It's a shame we couldn't get more guests, just another table full or so. But not everyone has the party spirit. Not everyone, perhaps, but I do. And I'm as good as a table or two all by myself. Sometimes it's nice to simply sit back and enjoy the little things in life. This is where I want to be, lose 80 stress. Oh yeah. That is good. We're gonna take that 80 stress loss. Oh, that's gonna save our life, you guys. What did I promise last night? I cannot remember what it led up to it, but I do remember slapping the back of my vassal Count Knife on, telling him that I would do anything he asked of me. Oh no. Now rumors abound of the oath I swore. Uh-oh. Yeah, okay. Well, that's not good. A promise is a promise, no matter what. He gets a weak hook, a favor on us. It was just drunken ramblings. We are diligent, humble. We are humble. All right, a promise is a promise, no matter what. We'll give him the hook. We'll see what he does with it. The great table seating the upper nobility gave a loud crack and broke. My most distinguishing guest had to be seated among the lower nobility, and I ended up close to Duke Mokorios. He took it poorly, however, and told everyone it was a grave injustice to be seated with the lords and ladies barely above commoners. He doesn't enjoy it, but, you know, we ended up talking and having a great night. Oh, he becomes our friend. Good. Another friend who can die and give us a massive amount of stress when it happens. Oh, we could all tell Philaretos was much too drunk, even though he insisted on showing us how sober he was. Simply rising from his seat, and he vomited on us? You should be ashamed of yourself, Philaretos. Yeah, of course you should be ashamed of yourself. That's disgusting. There we go. Celestinu regaled us with the history of our sword, the Blooded Blade. Oh, interesting. He knows a little bit about it. We took that sword, I mean, our father took that sword, I think, way back in the first season. As my guests leave, they seem to depart in good spirits, and I'm also relieved to see that Rikiza does not depart without saying farewell. We both know we will be seeing each other again soon. So it looks like she's heading back to Heraclio, a little bit ahead of us. That's good. There we go. The feast is drawing to a close. My visitors are surely expecting me to lavish a little attention on Count Anatolios, our esteemed guest of honor. Traditionally, a complimentary toast and a deep drink of wine does the trick. Then again, no. We're going to toast our good friend Anatolios the Brave. That's going to give us a little bit of stress loss, and yeah, he gains a few bonuses too. Good. We gotta, you gotta bump up your friends when you get the chance, right? And so the feast is done. With all that, everything is done. We gain that stress loss. We gain progress towards that eager reveler trait. And yeah, some nice little bonuses there. Fine wine, ale, and fine food. What a better relief from the troubles of the world is there than a night of revelry. As each feast ends, I find myself planning the next. Wonder what will come. We can gain the trait Eager Reveler. Yeah, you know what? Why not? Why not? We seem to be enjoying ourselves at these things, so let's finish the feast here. And so it is done. Well, we definitely reduced our stress enough to get a little bit of safety here. Oh, War of Tyranny. Of course, it's Kemeladin again. And Gabriel Versanis. So Limpidares and House Salamid both once again are rising up against the Despotissa. Well, we're obviously going to raise our armies and assist her. There we go. We'll put our commander Tryphon in charge. He should be fine to deal with this. So we're going to come in. We're going to assist our niece. because I actually noticed she took she took land from Cosenza. She took the duchy and 2 counties from Cosenza last time they rebelled. So House Limpadares, descended from our father's loyal friend Gabriel, it could be a little trouble here because they're rebelling once again. So, oh, we inherited Medea from Count Nifon. Did he must have died? Let's see what happened here. Title history. He died. He was killed in a storm at sea. Oh, that's unfortunate for you. Oh, and his wife died in the storm at sea too. Wow. Huh. Interesting. Well, there goes an end. That's the end to that character, I guess. Who are we gonna put in charge of that instead? Pamphilios Campanarios? Ah, you know what? He's a great eminence. Why not? You seem suitable. Very well. You can hold the title of the County of Madia. Excellent. Good for you. Hopefully you won't die at sea, but he's on a ship now, so I guess we'll find out. Oh, a mental break. Is it time we become a drunkard? Considering we just had that feast, we, became an eager reveler. I think it is. I think it is time that we became a drunkard as well. Us and our wife here, we enjoy our drinks. And it is what it is. I mean, that's going to help us, relieve our stress a little bit anyways, because we'll be able to indulge in drink if we need to. Yeah, you know what? Let's indulge in drink. We'll lose some stress here. Another cup and my shoulders relax a bit more. This is how I'm meant to spend my time. To be sober is to suffer. I feel better already. Lose 20 stress there. And for the first time, pretty much since we began this character, our stress goes down below the first stress level. That is a long time coming. The question is, what shall we do in the next episode? Well, I guess you'll just have to find out, but make sure to leave your comments down below, considering what we want to do with the whole situation in the Empire, because it's getting close to that time. Although, even more importantly, it seems as though Sultan Ali is facing a civil war. Opportunities abound? We shall see in the next episode. Until then, thank you for watching.